Are ready to go. So the first match of the day, Injustice Pro Series at EVO 2017 Pool Play. Let's get things started for a very long day of Injustice 2 ahead of us.
So a very classic matchup we're already familiar with, Black Adam versus Batman. Unfortunately, Big Boy does drop that combo. No conversion of the down 2 from Big Lebowski, but we did, again, we were just talking about first game of the day, right? There's going to be a little bit of rust before these guys get warmed up.
Oh, wow, instant jump 2 for Big Lebowski, beating that Black Adam dive kick. The dive kick is going to be a defining thing in this matchup so far. Lebowski going for another one of those anti-air grappling hooks, but wasn't going to work this time. Big Boy staying on the ground a little bit more already.
I'm assuming he probably predicted a airborne dive kick, but it just didn't come. Forced to use his clash already. He's going to win this clash very easily, but now he's not going to have it for the rest of the game, and I think that might be a bit of a problem for him.
Yeah, it can be a little bit demoralizing, forced to use your clash so early. So if you do get that sort of safety net of the health back, not having a clash for the rest of the matchup, especially against a character like Batman that wants to get those, Black Adam I should say, that just wants to hit you once and take away like half of your life, can be quite stressful. Nice poke coming in.
Yeah, so far Lebowski really hasn't had a chance to get anything going. The wake up parry is going to be good. A little bit of a risky play sometimes, but I think Big Boy might be ready for it later on. But just look at how much damage Black Adam's able to output, and that was quite a swift game number one.
It was indeed. Of the forward one, we're talking about like meter burn low lightning. We're talking about just moves by themselves or block damage. This character just hits harder than almost anyone in the game in most practical situations.
If he's got that trait and a bar of meter, you've got to be really worried. He's going to catch the launch there. Going into the trait just for extra damage. The black magic to continue the juggle, but goes in for a hard knockdown. Nice, tricky setup, and it hits the other side.
I like that from Big Boy. Most Black Adam players opt just to go for that forward one ender, but Big Boy cutting it short for a nice reset. Interesting stuff coming out already, and this is kind of stuff we expect to see from Big Boy. Oh, and there's the environment used as well. Gorilla City being quite a vanilla stage. A lot of the competition very used to this by now, and this is kind of why. There's the hit confirm. All the unclashable stuff. Smart.
Yeah, it's looking really bad for Lebowski. Unfortunately, Big Boy's just been all over him, then going in for that trait. Does manage to jump in too, so it's going to cause the trait to disappear, but he's got a lot of work to do. Back 3 into a full conversion. This is a start, but...
Oh wow, Big Boy wakes up with a forward walk. Maybe you kind of expected Lebowski to go behind him, but... Yeah, the comeback is beginning from Lebowski. Has a lot of work to do, but has more than enough meter to do it, and still has access to his clash.
Oh, jumps over that low lightning. Jumps over it again, and now, I mean, Big Boy can't really clash yet.
Oh, wow, opts to go for damage. Yeah, he can't meter burn the grapple again, but there's no wake up from Black Adam, so a little bit less worried on the wake up, but there we go. Big Boy just gets that down one into trait. Taking those good reads on those low lightnings, but...
He had a really good sequence when he was able to actually get the aggression going. The issue he's had right now is that Big Boy has been pretty much denying that so far.
Indeed. Oh wow, he tries to wake up jump, the dive kick is going to slam him straight back down to the ground, and now we've got this lightning bomb set up. Nice amount of damage coming through for Big Boy already in a commanding life lead.
Disgusting. Cross-up dive kick. Catches him, and so far actually Big Boy yet to take a single tick of damage, and the instant jump one to knock him out of the air. No, they're down 2 whiffs. Big Boy on the verge of a perfect in this third game.
Oh wow, no. Wake up parry. Wasn't going to connect me. Jumping attacks cannot be parried, so it wasn't going to work. The down one connects, taking away Big Boy's perfect, but at this point I don't think he's even going to care. Look at the life difference. Oh no, that late down 2. Again, trying to go for the unclashable, and the low lightning already. 200.
Profiling. He does quite well versus some of the top tier characters, but Supergirl versus Cheetah immediately going in for the sweep as well. Kidooka trying to go into teleport
being scouted out. Yeah, we can already see Syknis do amazing things to get through this. Going to spend their bar to extend the damage. Goes in for the trait. Another wake up teleport.
But that's the thing. The meaty down 3 is going to do a really, really strong job of basically low profiling most things. It can even low profile mid. So I think Syknis going in for the down 3 on wake up is going to go through those wake ups quite reliably.
Spends bar again. Extends the damage. Oh, nice setup on the floor 3. Going to work. Kidooka. Now, unfortunately, this isn't working out for him too much. There's lots of overheads coming through right now, and Syknis taking advantage of this. Well, he's getting all that damage very quickly. Oh wow, just an instant overhead to start things off. There we go, that's a nice knockdown.
Catches the meaty. I think Kidooka getting a little bit overwhelmed on wake up so far. And another forward 3 connects. I think really trying to watch out for that wake up sweep, but eating the forward 3 because of it.
Oh, and another instant dive. Syknis, he smells blood and he's going in. Currently hasn't taken any damage whatsoever, but has starved himself for meter. He's using quite a lot of it right now, and because Minoru Kidooka has taken a lot of damage, he has the ability to have all that bar stocked. But at the moment, Syknis, yeah, just opening things up with that forward 3, that meterless launching option. Getting a lot of mileage out of it so far, and again, seeing it back to back.
I've got to think he's going to spend the bar and go in for his trait. No, goes in for the splat, the unclashable into plus frames. I believe that's like +9 on block, the forward 3. It's quite significant.
Oh, there's the meter burn teleport now, so even though Syknis was opting to start ducking them for the normal one, the overhead EX option's going to work. And there we go, Kidooka's getting some damage on the table now. He's got to be a little bit careful though, because he hasn't got a lot of his trait left. It's going to be a while before he builds another one. Catches the down 2. Oh no, the overhead gets blocked. And he goes in for the down 3 into knockdown, forward 3 again. And it's 2 straight games, but look at it. But like you said, it's really plus on block. If you meter burn it, it's armor too. So it is quite a universal tool that has a lot of utility behind it. Kidooka now has his back to the wall. This could be a bit of a problem.
Oh, the crosser. And even with no bar at all, he's just getting those mix-ups. And she still has decent, even without spending the bar, Cheetah does have decent damage, especially when she activates that trait to further increase the damage that she outputs. And unfortunately, the forward 3 connects again, and Kidooka's on the verge of going to losers.
Good block on the teleport. Yeah, we go Syknis making that adjustment now. Before, Kidooka's going for a lot of meterless teleports, which you can duck, but now he started to wait for the overhead option too. And look at this mix, the blender. It does not stop, and all this damage adding up so quickly. Oh!
It was forward 3 or down 3, and that was pretty much the
unblockable launches. Left-hand side giving you that guaranteed drone, that ridiculous zoning potential. That can be quite dangerous if we find ourselves getting to there. Now already Semiij getting
opened up. Drop combo, but the wake-up bomb. You were just talking about it, the wake-up bomb. Expecting a wake-up, so he goes in for the unblockable.
Really good. At least it is gone now, which is super important.
But
off
now,
the play now.
Semiij having him near the corner. Even though he's just repositioned, I think he can easily go back if he wants to. But when Catwoman puts you in the corner, you're in big trouble. And there's no Aqua armor saved yet, so he's going to lose this round. Cannot get out of the cat dash.
Oh, drops the end of it. Yeah, it isn't really going to matter. A little bit of chip damage going to do it. Semiij now looking at 1 bar a meter. DallaSign has 3. And Aquaman, that can be the difference between getting this life bar down quickly and it taking a little while. Gets down 1 trident rush. Any push block? No, Semiij is going to hold on to his bar.
He's got a really fast mid. That's a good option for challenging that meter burn trident rush in the air. Force uses Aqua armor. Really nice down 2 to check it, but the air escape to save the damage. You definitely see air escape used a lot more in your first life bar than the second.
Wonderful whip punish coming there from Semiij, knowing he's safe at that distance. See DallaSign there for that back 1 2, and Semiij is more than ready to punish it. And as I can say that, another combo coming through. Nice corner optimization, spends the bar, and that's probably going to be death. Yes, it is. Semiij with a strong...
Might have seemed it was unlikely he was going to win, so he just wanted to go straight into the next game, reset it back to normal. But Semiij with a very, very good first round, and it was just got him in the corner. Mix-ups for days, a lot of good, what you said, meterless damage. But the Aqua armor is a really good call. But the issue he has is that it takes a while to come back.
Oh, there's a jump in. No anti-air attempt from DallaSign. It's going to be a free combo for Semiij. Corner repositioning. That's the optimal stuff you want to see. Knockdown 2. Goes in for the meaty. Oh, no block on the low. DallaSign getting opened up and a swift life bar already.
That's the difficult thing about Catwoman. She's got that low strike into the flip in the corner, but she's also got the overhead extension, an element of a real 50-50. The overhead doesn't launch you, but it will continuously catch you for days.
Oh, there's the unblockable launcher coming through. DallaSign was sitting there ready, waiting for the load.
I actually would have really liked to have seen DallaSign go for a stage change rather than a quick rematch. You definitely don't want to give a character like Catwoman this stage 2 times in a row.
I mean, maybe he just didn't think the stage was that impactful. You know, we actually, that's the only interactable we've seen Semiij go for, which by itself can be enough. Obviously, it is a launcher, but at the same time, didn't seem to make that much of a difference. But in this match by itself, you know, game number 2, definitely a bit of a different story. Nice overhead coming out from Semiij. Clean anti-air attempt.
Definitely has one of the strongest anti-airs in the game. Very reliable. If you're a player like Semiij, who's always ready for the jump in, it's going to be heavily rewarding. And just caught by the low again into the flip, and that's going to be a full combo. Semiij is now up 2 games. Looking at,
you know, even the air attack can't be as much of a reliable sort of escaping tool as you might expect.
I think they have actually tried to punish that with whip trip.
Maybe, but never find. DallaSign gets the first bar, but drops the combo. That is unfortunate with how much damage Aquaman needs to put out, especially when he's on the back foot. Going to spend his only bar on Trident Rush, but chip damage adding up already.
Somewhat of a better start, but unfortunately commits into that tentacle strike, and she's going to punish that with Cat Dash all day. If she's got a bar of meter, she's going to get a full combo every time you go for it.
I thought he's using that splat next to it too. No punish on the Cat Dash. It's going to be good info for Semiij, knowing that DallaSign just isn't quite timing these punishes right.
Oh, walks into back 1-2 with the meter burn back 3. First time we've seen it today, and it's going to work out. Semiij is now on match point already. It's been a fast set so far. There's that whip trip into overhead.
Oh, that is plus being disrespected with the down 2. Oh, but no, it jumps over the back 3 clean. Semiij. Spacing is perfect.
Oh,
now.
no.
The drone comes through. At the very least, giving Semiij a guaranteed way in.
There we go. Taking big damage once again. with the low.
Oh,
with punish.
Going for unclashable.
Don't even give him the chance. Down one into trait. Semiij looking unbelievably dominant. And he's going to move on in his pool further on.
They disappear on block and hit. If you shoot a projectile at him and he blocks it, it's going to vanish. She doesn't have that full screen threat to stop you from sending those drones out. And already going with a nice chunky 440 damage. Perfect Legend starting things off strong.
I really like the fact that he got the jump in. He went for standing 3 into immediate trait. And that would have been on block. Oh no, catches the weirdly last minute crossover. And that already is a really nice setup from PL, I think. Gets tagged with a forward 2 down 1. A very cheeky low with lots of range. And PL right now looking very dangerous.
Oh, wow, nice anti-air. Oh, what a conversion! That was so sick! PL with the Brainiac already. Brainiac, by far one of the most exciting characters in the game to watch, and Perfect Legend knows how to make him look sweet. But going in now, we're in the Rock of Eternity. But it's also unblockable interactables about now.
It's also really quick reactions. He saw the air to air right there. Another full combo.
Oh, that's the tricky stuff. That's where Brainiac becomes quite a difficult character to play when it comes to managing that trait, sending them out at different times, unclashable damage coming through. Oh, there's the chip damage, not quite enough. But Larry David had a mountain to climb and basically a perfect block, which means that the trait to follow up with is easy to interrupt. But the standing 3 into trait looks like a much bigger headache. PL using it in pressure. But you can see that when you don't have access to a traditional projectile, how much Brainiac can get away with just all these drones. I'm stealing that, by the way. Standing 3 into trait. I think every Brainiac player is after seeing this. There we go, a nice opening opportunity, but no, Larry David's going to drop it. That was his first chance to get something big. Oh my God! I mean, kick into drone.
I'm going to be completely honest. I've never seen this before. I knew that PL had a really strong Brainiac, but it's just how effectively he's using the trait. He's going to get a full combo off that. The bomb drop heavily plus on hit. Going in for it again. In the corner, you almost always see the bomb drop because it has good pressure on block, plus on hit for a full combo. And it can jail as well.
Oh, nice. Avoids the drone shot. Safe poke coming out from PL. Going to get that dive kick. Oh, and again, there's the meter burn. We're going to see a clash. Does not give him the opportunity to. Drone coming out. Chip damage is getting quite dangerous.
Goes for that late jump in 1. It's really going to put up that brick wall. I think he's actually going to get hit.
No, dearie me. Larry David with the downward trajectory of the Canary.
I actually think it's because she was in the air for the super, that's why it didn't work. Because she kind of met him in the air, right? The dive kick was super fast. And once again, an element in this matchup is going to be she does not have, with the exception of Canary Cry, a tool to challenge Brainiac from full screen. So basically PL was going to be allowed to go for these drones from full screen. He's never at risk of them disappearing on block.
Yeah, that is a matchup changer. As soon as obviously he can start getting these drones out, it does let him move a bit freer. But no, another drop from Larry David. I just don't know if he's got it together enough to deal with a character as overwhelming as PL's Brainiac. Wow, that comboed. How about that?
Nice little 2-piece to extend the damage. Goes in for the last minute switch through as well to put him back into the corner. And with that match point Perfect Legend, if he can keep Larry David in the corner as well, it's going to be so hard for him to recover. Brainiac in the corner is very, very dangerous.
Well, there's that safe poke. A lot of Brainiac's moves, the further away they hit from, the safer they become. And that shoulder charge, that tendril charge is one of them. There's that sort of like corner sweet spot. This is that sort of magical range that Brainiac wants to keep you. Oh, and that's kind of why he does trade the back 3, but he's taken so much damage at this stage. That's almost going to be good. Goes in for a drone. I think at this stage he might be taking it. Goes in for the jump. And the jump in 1 seals the deal. PL looking really strong today. Looks like we're going for a rematch. We're starting things off first to 3.
Now, Aquaman, again, I think we're going to see a lot of these characters today. But immediately tagged by the forward 3. If you're not ready for that, that can really catch you off guard, I think.
Yeah, Poison, I've already seen this character do quite well this weekend alone. We saw Trophy Club get out of his pool and winners with her too. There is already a Poison Ivy advancing, but you know Big D wants to make that a second Ivy for sure.
But this is the element. When she manages to get momentum, going in for the trait shots into spike and almost like rhythm it, where it's spike, shot, spike, shot. A lot of chip damage and a lot of meter build.
Patience coming out from Big D, going to block this, but actually spends his only bar on that EX Trident Rush.
Trying to establish space, getting caught by the down 2 anti-air. No bar to convert into big damage so far, but still Big D's back to the wall. Poison Ivy doesn't have the strongest wake up of all the characters. She is kind of vulnerable when she gets knocked down, especially in the corner, but nice, good meter burn roll, and that's going to be a full combo, no doubt, into a meter burn to go for the restand, and that could either be a full combo, which we're likely to see take the round, yeah, just like that.
That's what I'm kind of talking about, the sort of opting, instead of going in for the sort of the meter burn drill at the bottom into forward 3, Big D definitely favors going into the mace launcher instead. I think it just works out better for him, you know, it's definitely something he's a bit more used to. Goes into the bark though, so it's
that was really smart, because now it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Jard to do that last piece of life he needs to win the round. That's going to be another full combo.
Yeah. Oh, tricky setup, but lands in front.
I would have thought he was going to go behind there. I really had. When we just saw Black Adam, right, did the exact same setup, but it went behind.
I think Jard might have expected the same things. Unfortunately, got opened up by it. Does flash away to safety though, so gets himself some guaranteed life regen. I can see why Big Z, yeah, they're going for the bark. You take no chip damage when she's in this bark form against a character like Aquaman that is going to just kill you at this life with Trident Rush.
Look at how confidently close range that little minion was. That had no fear, right in his face.
There we go, full environment. Oh, unfortunately, sort of swaps the wrong way. I don't think Big D was quite ready for that. And there we go, spends one of his 2 bars on the Trident Rush, but already a commanding life lead coming out of Big D.
Jard's got a lot of work to do, especially with only 1 bar stocked versus Poison Ivy with 2. Make that 1 into a guaranteed trait now.
This might be chip death. This might be guaranteed chip death. There's nothing he can do here.
I mean, I think it actually hit him in the face as he was falling down.
He's now got to deal with Superman. That's Aquaman to Superman.
That's the kind of grin where that's not a happy grin. That's a, oh, I have to fight Superman now grin.
Oh, but no block on the low.
Oh. But an immediate change of pace. I think he's not even going to try and play that full screen game. The air dash, the arc lasers. Big D is now trying to be aggressive. He's going in. I think that's the matchup. And he's aware of that. He's playing the matchup differently.
I've got to say though, going for that meterless sort of like Vine Mace launcher into the back 2 follow-up, that is not easy. And Big D is hitting it the majority of the time. That is the sign of a guy that's put his time in training mode to learn the execution.
Sag trying to go for a forward 3, but doesn't quite get I think a little bit too far away for that airborne forward 3 to connect, but again, that's going to be a full combo. His execution on that has been so strong.
Also, a big thing about that though, leaving him standing, Superman being quite a threat on wake up. Oh, nice preemptive down 2. The down 2 having an amazing hitbox, but very slow startup. You have to be confident in your read if you're going to go for it, and BT definitely is.
And airing with her down 2 is definitely kind of half prediction, half reaction for sure.
But good clash. Used a bit early, but going to probably top him back up to full health if he wants to. Has 3 bars, so going to get as much as he wants. He's going to spend 1 bar though, 15.
Almost like an MKX combo breaker, where it's just to reset the situation back to neutral. Minimal resources spent. He's still got 2 bars. He was going to win it 100% because Big D has no meter currently. But that is obviously soon to change. He's almost got 1 bar stopped. And the second he gets that, he's going to get him going in.
Yeah, nice. There we go. There's the minion setup.
The air laser really trying to avoid those Poison Ivy projectiles, but he's taken a lot of damage already. He's got to do a lot of work to get back in here, but going immediately in with the Poison Bark, it does disappear.
But you can already see just how fewer times Big D's able to get that minion on the screen in this matchup, but still playing it very well. Jard massively down on life. Big D looking super strong. Oh, hesitant, but nice throw tech. Looks like Jard is just really struggling to open him up so far. Big D just having 2 good defense.
I definitely think if you're going to play Poison Ivy, you really need to have good defense because her wake-up game isn't the strongest. So you need to be familiar with how to block or how to defend versus certain characters.
I like this option though, opting to end his combo early, because at the very least, he's just going to build a ton of bar to finish things off. Now he's got the bark skin too. This is going to be dangerous for Jard to make this comeback. Arguably not possible, because as soon as he gets the minion on deck, I don't know if he can survive.
Well, there's that saying of only a real master. But unfortunately, didn't
of entrance in this tournament trying to do that. And only a few from each pool can advance through. But right now, Big D finds himself 2-0 up on Jard. He's gone back to Aquaman now. I guess he just feels a bit more confident.
Regular Trident Rush is not safe. And with an advancing mid like Poison Ivy, that's going to be a go-to punishing tool. And that also allowed him to get the first hit bonus. And you can see how much damage he's taken already. That's one small element as well. When you know that your trait as Ivy is about to disappear, you then just go for the projectile because there's no reason not to.
There's Brown the Trident Rush, so he now has no meter whatsoever. Oh, he makes it whiff. Oh, there's the confirm. Yeah, he's going to spend this bar, most likely get the restand, launch him into the air. Don't think he needs to. Oh, goes for the quick throw reset, but unfortunately wasn't able to get it.
Match point for Big D. Jard actually trying to go for the anti-air, trying to go for punish, actually fumbled both of those inputs and left a lot of damage on the table. He has consistently been without bar here. Oh no, the final hit, back 1, 2, 3, whiffs. Fully capitalized by Big D, who doesn't spend bar on the restand this time.
Big D really sorted out his execution. The only time he dropped that sort of meterless combo, or I'll say the meterless launcher option, was right at the very start. And ever since then, he said it every single time. And that is not an easy link to do. again,
That's a trait.
Look at this life difference. I mean, how does Jar make this comeback? Poison Ivy is
It's
just that character that will just chip
blank.
you down.
Spitting acid into Aquaman's bare skin. That's so violent.
He can take it. He's Aquaman.
Speaking of violent, RIP Crocodile. See you later, mate.
Again, 2 bars now from Jardo, so that can be a lot of damage potentially, but just look at this health just disappearing piece by piece. As soon as the minion comes out, that's probably it. That might be game.
Oh,
that
no.
might be game by itself now. I don't know if he can avoid any of this.
Well, I mean, like, look at the stage. This is her environment. How do you have a chance against that? People consider dirt. You know, everything is kind of honest, but at the same time, he can get the job done. You know, but he's not a popular character.
Definitely not, but that also means it's quite difficult to get access to matchup experience versus him. Here we go, there's that Black Adam with that sort of patented meterless damage. Nice 374, chunky, respectable amount.
Clean down to Ant, even though it looks like it's not got good range, it's very fast. Now he's got him in the corner. Fights his way out, tries to go in for the 4-3, but Blue Beetle, another character with a really good low profiling sweep.
Indeed, and it's a safe option too. Not wasn't able to get it though. Herb trying to get this little bit of damage coming through, but Blue Beetle definitely isn't known for massive damage output, so when you get those options to get damage, you have to make sure you're seizing them and getting as much as you can. If you're going to drop combos versus Black Adam, who's going to take away half-life whenever possible, you have to make sure that you're sort of trading blow for blow as much as you're allowed.
Right now, though, it's looking like a really strong game for Manny. Herb sitting on a lot of meter. Haven't really had a chance to spend it too much. Oh, that overhead. You know that overhead was committed into the strike. But unfortunately doesn't get his input. Corner juggles. Not a huge amount of damage, but immediate push block.
Well, there you go. Gets the orbs out of the way. The projectile connects, but there we go. There's the EX dive kick. Or Meatman dive kick, I should say, confirmed. And look at the health difference already. Manny with a commanding lead. Herb going to take away the first life bar, though, and has 4 bars to work with. And we know Blue Beetle, if he's willing to go into those sort of back 3 cancels, can do a lot of damage if he's willing to spend the bar.
He hasn't actually spent meter yet. He's pretty much kept a hold of all of it. I wonder if, I mean, that does mean, though, if he has to clash, he's got lots of meter to do so, but no clash there either! I really think we should have seen a clash there, Mustard.
He is running out of life to do clashes,
That
though.
was the optimal chance to get life back.
No, unfortunately, just isn't. Going for a lot of jump into Manny, just forcing him back now. Trying to slow him down. The sweep connects. Oh, but once again, the delay wake up. Manny is delaying wake up every time, and Herb just hasn't been able to adjust to it yet.
I think it's a really good call that he's been delaying his wake up because he's going for that really early cross up, and once again does it, but now he's in big trouble. That doesn't mean he's not able to clash himself, but now he's going to probably bet 2 here, I reckon. It might be 2 for 2 because he's not been spending bars.
I mean, Herb can spend all 3. He does!
Oh!
And Manny doesn't spend anything. Could Herb make this full comeback?
I don't think Manny was expecting it. This would be a really impressive comeback if he does it, but this is Black Adam. He only has to hit him once.
Oh, that could have been a down 1. That could have been it.
Oh!
Chip damage from the down 2 doesn't work, and the dive kick. Manny is able to steal it back.
Until the last minute, almost helped him so much because he won the clash at the very end, but just couldn't seal the deal.
Combo drop from Manny, but it's Black Adam drops the combo, but still gets half life. Oh, switching away Manny. He knows his ranges. He knows what range to block low.
Keeping it nice and simple, taking the damage where he can get it. Going instant jump too. I wonder if he's trying to hover.
He might be, or maybe he's trying to fake it out. Maybe he's just trying to bait him into thinking he's going for rather instead. Dash goes clean through, but a very evenly matched game 2 so far.
Another delayed wake up. I really think that's something Herb's going to have to really adapt to right here. Catch sight of the fact that he's going for the delayed wake up. Time your jump in just a little bit later. But right now, Manny looking strong once again. Takes the first round of game 2. And again, you got to look at that bar. Herb sitting on almost full meter again.
Clean down 2. Has he got the full conversion? Oh, doesn't end it.
Oh!
Oh, no. Stand there into Fireball, get some of those plus frames on the go.
I definitely think Herb was expecting Manny to sit and take that neutral jump. He'd already committed into the grab, but he tried to lightning cage. And we see a clash again, but we've seen consistently he's got more meter, so he's going to win this regardless.
Yeah, Manny opted to spend nothing. All 4 spent from Herb. So spending the extra bar just for that extra 3% health, which can be chip damage of anything from Black Adam. Unfortunately, Death now with no bar whatsoever, so his damage conversion is going to be somewhat limited. I don't think that's going to be enough to finish off. No, the scaling too heavy. Oh, Fireball, here we go, he's going to land on it. Now we can see that Herb doesn't have his clash available, so if he gets opened up now, but with Manny's 2 bars, this could be the end. That's going to be the danger territory, isn't it? It's the fact that you've got this much health versus Black Adam with 3 bars of meter, you have no meter and no clash. This is the last place you want to be. He has caught him though. Nice air to air from Herb, but down to Manny with the reactions. Spends the trait just to get the extra damage. Has 4 bars now, can confirm into super. He wants to get the unclashable.
Down 2 though, he's not going to commit right there because of the scaling once again, but now if he hits him, it's just going to be hit confirmed into super. But another delayed wake up, not scouted out by Herb just yet. He really needs to get the hang of these, I think. But even though he's consistently down on life, he actually, 2 games in a row, has been able to somewhat bring it back.
Oh wow, Sweet beats the Black Adam forward one. Gonna go through it clean.
Oh, Manny, he's really, like, looking out for this.
I kind of think Manny's just looking for a super at this point. Oh no, and I was going to say that. Yeah, dive kick, meter burn, dive kick goes cleanly through. And the trait, he lands on it from behind. And Manny really slow. He's getting the health down. He's just not able to finish it. And that's been a running problem for him across these 2 games. But it also comes down to him having a bad start in both of those games. He brings it back, but he loses so much life before he gets it going. And it looks like right now, Manny might be looking to repeat the process again for a 3rd game. Maybe. Unfortunately, Herb, it seems to be neutral right now. It's basically sweep or jump in, and both of them can be dealt with if you're patient enough. Oh, you see Manny just crouching. I think he's just waiting for the jumps now. There's a sweep. Manny not trying to press any buttons in retaliation. Oh, dive kick goes over completely. Now's Manny's only bar, so he doesn't have it anymore. There's the interrupt. Down 1 lightning. Well, that would get away with that one. Again, there's the patience coming out from Manny. Yeah, he doesn't want anything to deal with these float shenanigans. But he's just waiting for him to hang himself. He's looking for the trip guard. He's looking for him to go for the jump in 2, and he lands and just punishes it. And now it's the explosiveness where you can be so patient with Black Adam, but the second he gets going, it's damage all over. That should wake up. Oh no! Safe option for Blue Beetle. Does have a good answer for it, but again, Herb goes down, still with 4 bars to work with. But Manny brings himself to match point. Actually, I really quite like how he's playing this matchup so far. He realizes that Herb's advances is majority just coming through jumps. So he's just sitting here crouched, keeping himself there, because when he's crouching, he's safe from the sweeps that we're seeing Herb go to, and obviously he's ready to anti-air with the down 2.
There's the overhead. Wonder if he can get the full damage.
And that was the main adjustment Herb needed to do, was start going for those overheads now, seeing that Manny's spending like 8% of this game crouched. The question is he just isn't getting close enough to do so, because Manny is just sitting him at that sort of sweet distance that he just can't press those buttons. I like the general neutral that Herb's been able to enforce, but I think one of the big issues he's had as well is just it's been a lack of damage. It's been little damage here, little damage there, but against Black Adam, you need to really optimize and max damage as often as possible to go toe-to-toe with the damage that Black Adam's going to actually output. There's that wager, and Black Adam with 2 bars. We said this in the last game, we'll say it again, 3 bars versus no clash is not where you want to be against Black Adam. And again, no confirm. I wonder what Manu's doing. He just seems to be just patient. Yeah, it's patience we haven't seen so far. Normally we see players like really push that momentum when we see them having this kind of lead, but Manny seems really content to stick to this game plan. And now he's got super once again, and the super at this life will 100% take the set. There it is. Oh, and there we go. That's it. That's going to be it for sure. He just landed the overhead swiftly into it.
Oh, no.
Oh, we don't even get to see it.
Warmed up now, they're winning their matches, and we're going to find out who's moving on.
But for now, first things first, we're going to be seeing SonicFox, SonicFox for the first time versus Elchakotay from Michigan. Now, Chakotay I know has been playing NOS games for a while, and a lot of others as well, but the real talking point here is SonicFox Red Hood. This has kind of been like the topic of discussion with the community for a while. Because this Red Hood is the first DLC character to the game, is now competitively legal. All the new DLC characters have a 30-day competitive ban before they're allowed in competitive play. And now Red Hood is legal and can be used. And SonicFox has been putting hella time into this character. And I'm talking like supreme amounts of practice.
He's been 100%. He's been spending all of this time playing Red Hood, knowing he's been not legal for some of the tournaments before, but he has been preparing for EVO. And as you can see right now, clearly very comfortable with the character already. But in this matchup in particular, constantly getting that mine out. Because the mine, regardless of whether you get hit or not, will stay on screen and detonate regardless. So it can almost be in some ways an insurance policy, just like that, where you go for the mine, you go for the leap, it combos, and he converted a mine. The mine connects. And then bam, full combo. Starting things like back one is a high, but still going to work very fast. Down plus a block, should it be blocked? He's going in for that trait, and when you go for the trait extension, you can end it with either grab, overhead, or low. It's slightly negative on blocks, sometimes unsafe, but SonicFox, he knows how to mix. He does. Low mine going to work. SonicFox already looking supremely comfortable. Red Hood fits him like a glove, it seems. Well, he's a big fan of trap characters. Characters with a good projectile game, good trap game, mix-ups. Red Hood pretty much does exactly what SonicFox likes to do in a fighting game, right? Anyway, jump in with. Chakotay doesn't get a trip guard though. Down one into trait, it's going to connect. We can see this trait being wasted now from Green Lantern.
I like that though, that low mine. First thing you usually want to do is jump over, and that air shuriken. Good job of just sort of covering that space. That wake up down one, understanding that Cherry is a little bit too far away, and the interactable to full combo, walking under the reposition into the mine. A really classic repositioning combo so far, and immediately catches the low, expecting him to get hit the meter burn shurikens to extend, and he's on the verge of taking the second game already. This is just supremely fast. SonicFox already looking so good. Let's not forget, this is SonicFox. This is the multiple-time world champion for both Injustice games and MK. And this is the first Injustice 2 Evo. You know, he wants to be the first world champion of this one too. Definitely looking to do that with punish, and that's another good element. Red Hood has fantastic whiff punish, but there's a talking point of how prepared can people be for Red Hood. You know, you have the best Red Hood player in the world right now, and unless you've played against his Red Hood, how prepared can you possibly be? That's going to be one of those elements you got to factor in. Good plus frames as well. Hasn't really had a chance to do it so far. Going in for the restand, and that's going to be a knockdown. And there's that hard to block, just consistently harassing him with this mind pressure. Elchakotay just doesn't know when to press the button. He's staggering before he even enforces the plus frames. Deadly another grab back to back. Yeah, that's it. SonicFox, I mean, he just has Elchakotay not doing wake up attacks at all. He is getting all this free Oki for basically no risk so far. As that low full combo once again drops the end of it. At this stage, I don't think he cares. Goes in for the tricky last minute overhead shot, but I mean, he's done a lot of damage already. That's going to be plus on block. Tries to go for the shimmy. Yeah, no punish attempt there though. Standing 2's not going to reach the overhead. Trying everything he can to get out, but right now he has not escaped this corner at all. Might do it, but now at this stage, SonicFox is pretty much zoned. He's going to win trades. He can play keep away. He has no reason to go in. But the down one, what a conversion, nice. SonicFox. That was such a good answer on SonicFox. Wake up. Black Adam has no wake up. So I wonder how effectively he'll have the chance to do it. Trying to go into an instant dive kick, doesn't get it immediately, but here comes that pressure already. But Black Adam has a lot of tools to fight up close. He's going to really be able to challenge some of that. Oh wow, really good block on that last minute cross up. Perfect legend. Now put a full screen. The drone comes out. Black Adam doesn't have a traditional projectile, but the low lightning can do a good job dealing with the drone. PL right now, a couple of small execution errors so far. Hasn't really been able to convert 2 times in a row. But that meter burn, but there's the punish. There's the punish right there. Meter burn dive kick is unbelievable. Well, it's not really unbelievably unsafe, but it's punishable by down 1. It's definitely unsafe if you're ready for it. Big boy getting that big combo to start things off. That's Black Adam. If Black Adam punishes you with a down 1, he can turn that into hundreds of damage. And that's another element. Full screen trait isn't going to work with Brainiac because Black Adam has so many ways to check you at range to get rid of it. And PL right now is in a lot of trouble. But Brainiac, we've seen this can be quite a snowball-heavy character. If he can, I mean, probably going to have to spend a bunch of his bar here to get health back. But if he can build up some meter, start getting these combos on deck, we might see a bit of a comeback, but it's going to be hard. Big boy playing this matchup so well. Oh, wow, that is unfortunate. Catching him with the black magic. And there we go once again. It's pretty much a non-existent tool for this range. The black magic will shut it down completely. PL trying to be really unpredictable, but just good patience. Big boy not fighting, sitting there, standing his ground. He's got the life. There's no reason to go in. Oh, wow. If the dive kick hits really high up, that's when it's the most unsafe. If it hits really low, it can be very hard to punish. There's that low. Mix up of instant dive kick or down 1. PL goes for the low and it works out. Now Big Boy has a clash and loads of bar. But this can be a comeback potential for PL if he can get the right reads. Oh, draws away punish for the dive kick. Doesn't quite get his read on back 3. Instant air dive kick again. Forward 3 well blocked, but there's the plus frames. And now, no, not quite the forward 1. I mean, if there's one answer to the back one, just a bad start. You can't really afford to get a bad start versus Black Adam because how much damage. But the whiff jumping into dive kick, quite a deceiving little option Brainiac has access to. Wow, and that's the kind of start you want, a 400 damage way to open. Well, you lose setup when you go for the air tendrils, but it's your highest amount of damage ender. But speaking of a good start now, PL, the one with the good start instead. You can hold your drone as well. That's one thing we're seeing on Go for, holding the drone to make your advance a little bit easier, releasing it as you go in. There's that punish. Yeah, that's it. He knows the matchup. I think he's labbed it properly. A whiffs it again with Big Boy with the patience now. We saw before at the start, PL would sort of whiff that jump in, and then as soon as he thought Big Boy was going to go for the anti-air, he'd go for the dive kick. This time, Big Boy doesn't even attempt that anti-air. Supreme patience. Goes in for a much safer approach of that bomb, going in for the hard knockdown of the sweep instead. Ooh, no air-to-air attempt. And right now, PL is not overcommitting to the meter band dive kick. He doesn't really need to at this stage. He has so much life up instead. Oh, really clean anti-air coming out from Big Boy though. nice chunk of damage. Oh, doesn't quite get the capitalizing on that one, but the wake up is going to get beaten clean by the meter burn low lightning.
Yeah, the invincibility only really applies to that move at the start of the animation. In the middle of the actual motion of it, you are not invincible.
Oh, tries to confirm with a meter burn dive kick, but gets a follow-up, Big Boy. But goes for the unclashable stuff with the forward 3. Oh, tricky stuff coming out. No air tech.
I think he might have tried to go for a forward 3, but fumbled it with the wake up back forward 3. A very clean adaptation. I think don't allow yourself
Ground a little bit more, goes for more of that sort of traditional footsie game.
He's making an effort to make himself a lot more safe as well, I think, which is really important. Not overextending into too many of those meter burns, but hit confirming the dive kick into meter burn is what he's doing much more. The Big Boy clearly knows this matchup. He has done this
for the first time in this set now. We're going to the rooftop. This is a bit more of an unpredictable stage for both these characters. A lot more interactables to work with. You've got that background bounce in the middle for that damage potential. Both of these characters can get a lot off. Brainiac forced to use the meter burn tendril strike because it's safer on block. Black Adam's going to have no trouble punishing the regular ones, so the bar is necessary to stay safe and not punishable. Oh, tries to get a combo off it. But isn't quite able to. There we go. There's the tendril, jumps clean over the 4-3, but PL back himself into the corner.
That's a full combo punish. He tried to whip punish himself, but look at how much damage he gets answered back for.
Oh, but he did drop the ender of it, so PL still alive, but no, Big Boy spends his last bar on the lightning hands meter burn. PL can take away this last of health. Only 97 health left to go. Oh,
right before, but he gets it. Minimal damage taken, so still quite a neutral state. PL sitting on more meter as well.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a deciding factor here so far. Dive kick whiffs. Oh no, punish. Oh, a meter burn. Actually beats the armor completely. Oh wow, nice quick confirm. Beatless dive kick. Oh, spends 2 bars. What a hit confirm for Perfect Legend. Going in for the bomb, and that's going to be a no, doesn't quite get his combo. That would have been a nice chunk of damage, but a good reaction on the unclashable forward 3s. I actually think that was just a read on the dive kick, PL. You know, he definitely has those kind of read potential. Doesn't get a full combo from full screen. Big Boy attempts it, the cross-up dive kick works. Unclashable, and another setup doesn't work. Dive kick, Big Boy really wants to close this one out. Oh no, that's the last bar spent. But PL has one more left to go, the down one. Lightning hands is going to take it away. Crowd popping off. They're here to support Big Boy. Now he's committed to the Brainiac. He looks well practiced, and that was very close. Could definitely go either way still.
A big part of it is just damage. The second Brainiac finally gets punished, you can see right here. The second he actually gets punished, it is a big and chunky punish. That's lightning. I think maybe just try to catch a backdash after that.
Oh, instant dive kick, and he gets a full combo from it. Look at that damage off a dive kick. Big Boy with 400. Big Boy damage.
Instant jump 2 to catch the active frames. Hit confirming it into it. That's a forward 2-3. It's actually a hard knockdown, but then Big Boy with the challenge. He's now match point up on Perfect Legend, but there's a big meter deficit here. That might be the lifeline.
Indeed, but the health deficit is a bit more important at this point, I think. That's the meter forward 3. Big Boy the patience. That's 2 bars down for PL. Oh, wow, what a call out.
Hard knockdown once again. Going in for the jump. Lightning capes doesn't work. He's in the corner, but that importantly didn't take a nick of damage.
That entire sequence was perfectly played by PL. He knew he had a massive amount of health to come back on. That's it. Oh no, Big Boy drops the combo.
Punished with a wake-up attack. Oh. Threads the needle in between back 1-2. There's that air to air. Tries to catch it again. Oh!
Oh, doesn't get a full combo. Just goes for reset instead. 3-4-3. I think he just wants to keep his stuff unclashable at this point. Oh no, the drone gets eaten up. Very close game to end things up. And the Big Boy, he's on match point, gets a hit. PL forced to clash, but
the thing is, he kind of had to, because that meter burn dive kick was probably going to do more damage than this damage output off the clash will do.
He only spent 2 though, so he's going to eat. I mean, that's still quite a lot of damage, but still has enough to survive.
PL would have taken a lot more than 25 damage. Going for the instant bang the farm, but no punish from Big Boy. PL, a little bit of life left, but it might not be enough. We'll see if he can do it.
Oh, that's it. Could that be enough? Unclashable? No, he hesitates. Oh, it's a dive kick! Is that going to be it? Yes, it is! Perfect Legend pulls the miraculous comeback out. One of these guys can move on in winners, and neither will be happy going into losers after this series.
Catches a jump back one. That's going to be a guaranteed trait. Keeping himself a little bit safer, but another meterless punish on that dive kick into Black Magic. See how much damage he gets right here into setup. And I like that close lightning trap. That's now going to completely shut down Brainiac point blank.
Oh! Don't let you make himself very unpredictable. We'll get a back 3, full combo. There we go, Tendril. He spends the meter burn Tendril. He wants big damage.
He wants to contend. He wants to go toe-to-toe with this Black Adam damage.
Oh, wow. That was a really high dive kick. Oh, that's a clean punish. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt big time. Oh, air tech. Big Boy tries to bait it out with Ergen. Spends that 2 bars just to not die from it.
That was a really good air tech, actually. Definitely kept himself alive.
Wow.
Down 1. Here comes PL.
Face down,
That's it.
get the orbs out. Oh, wow!
Nothing he
Big
can
boy,
do.
yeah, I don't think he was quite expecting that. And Perfect Legend brings himself to match points.
I like he's going for the bomber drone because the second that bomb gets dropped, even if the drone disappears, the bomb stays where it is. With punish. Down one challenge, instant head dive kick. The overhead comes out again. Unclashable. Go for the guaranteed knockdown.
Wow, there we go. Yeah, there we are. That orb on block doing more than enough damage to take it down, and Big Boy himself is now on match point. A little bit of a life deficit, but oh wow, what good mix-up.
The jump in one went for like a cross-up. That was so strange. He's going to get guaranteed damage here, though. He's going to get free health back.
But the important thing, though, is we see Perfect Legend opting to go for the Unclashable all the time. Now he doesn't have to worry about that. Now he can go for optimal damage whenever he gets a hit. Question is, can he get the hit?
He can go for the down one low once again. Oh, that's no full but doesn't get the conversion.
Oh, he tries to rip punish, but he doesn't quite get it in time. But look at this life lead. Perfect Legend is really staying on this, but a full punish from Big Boy.
Good block. Nice reaction, but checked by the point-blank lightning. There it is again. Staying safer, but getting good damage regardless. Can't hit confirm from that far away.
PL does have a clash himself, but he's not spending it.
I wonder why he didn't go for the clash. He's got loads of bar, but he might not have the chance to spend it. No!
Perfect Legend goes down to Big. Now, how is this going to come out? Oh yeah, Snack's trying to start off with that raw back three. No whip punish from Rio either. I think Rio playing great. But Rio is a very patient player. You know, he's very calculated, very calm. Not quite as explosive as like the SonicFoxes or you know, the Semiijs, the PLs, but definitely a reliable way of playing.
That low. Expect him to press a button maybe, but almost immediately we are seeing Snacks go for the staggered back one because he knows his opponent's going to sit there and respect it. And Rio as well, very knowledgeable player. He is likely to respect everything he knows he has to hold, so it kind of almost gives you even more free staggers.
Oh wow, wonderful sort of wake-up setup there just to sort of reverse that Trident rush. Actually, saw Semiij doing the same thing there, just going for those almost like wake-up reversal setups where you sort of land right as they sort of turn around just for that free combo.
Looking really good right now. Neutral jump too. A lot of range on that. Guarantees jailing strings as well. He's got those advancing mids. Clean cat dash right there. Unfortunately, Aqua Armor doesn't do anything. It's going to be a long time before he gets it back, so that jump back.
Another setup coming out though. Snacks is unfortunately just falling prey to these meaty setups every time. Rio basically just dialing this stuff in, and it's going to be working out. Health regen going to be important though. We've seen how much damage Catwoman can do. Doesn't need bar to do it. And now she has two, so that opens up the cat dash possibilities.
Oh, down one check, but no, the back three. Really sort of strange on-hit effect there. A little bit too close for the back three to connect, I think.
There's that Catwoman back dash. Very hard to deal with. Has a lot of this trait stock though. 4 scratches. What a reaction. But oh, gets himself away. Snacks could have been down there. Nice back three. Actually gets a significant hit, but drops the combo. Yeah, front life, I know. Gets hit by the follow-up forward too. Rio losing his first life bar, but look at all that bar behind him and almost a fully stacked trait. No clash either. Snacks has already gone for it, which means if he gets hit now, he's going to lose the game. Uh-oh. Caught by a cat dash, so not a lot of early damage. He's going to have a little bit left, but no! Is that dead?
That's enough. Yeah, that fully stops trait. All he needs now is one
half of 1% left. Oh, that's it. Cat dash. That's chip damage. More than enough by itself to take that away. And, shout outs to the sponsorship.
Yeah, quite a recent pickup actually. Him and Silvereye. Definitely a good call from Method, I think.
You know, Silvereye already made that out of his pool. Rio looking good to do the same thing. Definitely a smart pickup.
There's that mix-up. She's got the low, or she's got that overhead flip. The overhead flip, I believe, is +2 as well, so she's very dangerous at point blank.
Nice reaction punish. That's that Injustice one special. Sort of deliberately put yourself at that range of an unblockable interactable just to meter burn back 3 through it. That's sort of next level read.
Injustice Gods Among Us, Atlantis corners.
Of course.
The classic. There is something very loud going on over there.
It's Evo. That's what you expect. Oh, doesn't quite whip punish the back 3.
You're in over your head.
I'll claw my way out.
So right now, it just kind of looks very much like Rio is just a little bit more in control. Just controlling that neutral. Knows when to pick his moments, but he's not really getting opened up too much.
Well, that's
he's familiar with how
that's
to block.
definitely how Rio likes to play. You know, he's not as explosive as other players. He's not as just, you know, go in, rush down, mix up, you know, get in their mind. He is a very calculated player. This is the speed he likes to play. He likes to just control how the match is played, and Catwoman, I think, is a really good character to let him do that.
Well, she controls the pace of the game without needing a projectile to do so. She's quite unique in that respect. There's the stagger grab, a little bit too far away, but the back 3 again, catching those button presses. And now, even more dangerously, He's going to get Snacks in the corner. Challenges it with the wake up down 2. Going to have to spend a bar to try and fight out of the corner now with the damage he does. It's a nice respectable amount, but look at the bottom of the screen. 5 cat ticks ready to go. No clash on the side of Snacks either. This is all going to be guaranteed damage. Unless he can air tech, but I mean, Catwoman is quite hard to do that against the plus frames. Disrespects it, and the sweep's going to work. That's probably chip damage, and yes, it is. Snacks from 7-11 goes down. A lot of 3-0s today, with the exception of that really crazy PL versus Big Boy set, which is 3-2. But so far, been quite a dominant performance from basically everyone involved today. Yeah, so Meteorburn Cat Dash going through that though for the restand. Nice damage potential, and again the meaty. Good block from Snacks. Starting to pay attention to it now. Oh, there's the reset. Tricky stuff coming out from Rio. Drops the ender, but doesn't really matter too much. Look at the life difference. Commanding life lead and then some. But that's just really good spacing. The back 3 has so much range, and normally it catches you off guard, but Rio is just ready for it. He sees it, he whiff punishes it. It's a mute problem in this matchup so far.
Sort of sitting in that magical range, and Rio just doesn't want to deal with anything Aquaman has to go with. The one time he jumped in, Meteorburn back 3 is going to get him away, but there's that range that sort of low, yeah, I say low trip is turned the main threat here. And when it connects, you can go in for some pressure. Oh, there's the whiff. Rio was waiting for it.
He's just baiting it at this stage. He knows that at this stage, I think Snacks is a little bit preemptive. Wants to go for the back 3, but he's now getting consistent whiff punished. And that's another full combo. One of her many meterless launches bags humongous damage.
Snacks has an important decision to make here. Spend 3 for health or spend 2 to maybe just trade out. But he needs to make sure he keeps himself with at least 1 bar, because he kind of needs that to open her up and get a respectable amount of damage to just even things out.
But Rio at this stage doesn't even need to spend any bar there. Now he's going to get the cat dash punished. And at this point, Snacks can't challenge it. And you have to look again. 5 more cat scratches. And now he's got to be really careful because he's almost dead.
Oh, wow. Beats the shield clean, and this is probably guaranteed death at this point unless he makes something miraculous happen. Oh, this could be the start.
He's going to get the knockdown, but that's going to be a safe wake up from Rio, but he doesn't even need it. Down 1 does the job. He's going to move on in winners. The guy's gameplay quite often.
You just know he knows a thing or two about this
character. Yeah, exactly.
Which at Evo can be all you need.
Immediately with the matchup plunge, you can neutral jump the ball rush, and you can whiff punish it with a charge. Immediately ready for this matchup.
Oh, does get tagged by the low immediately, but a combo drop from Gur to start things off. Still has a life lead, but the Venom is starting to tick down. Let's not forget, when Bane is on Venom, he does have a hit of armor on all of his special moves. It can be make or break.
Here comes King Raj. Nice damage off the Molten Trap. Meter burning that to get a full combo. So important.
Oh, wow. I think maybe from Gur that could have been an input error from the grab.
But right now, it looks like this first round is much more advantage for King Raj, but immediately challenging it. And at that stage, Wake Up made a lot of sense. He can't really armor through it because he hasn't got the health to
That's
take
what I mean. Armor is armor, but if you don't have the health to absorb the hit, you are still going to go down to it. And that nice meter burn back 3. Very good option in this matchup universally against Bane. There we go. He's got that fully charged trait. He's going to start healing himself up. Look at that damage over time ticking up. This damage is to be quite disgusting.
Keeping Wake Up from Gur unclashable, but there's a punish again from Gur. He's going to get good damage right here. Opting not to go for the second Venom though.
Trip guards the down 1.
So right here, it's been a really, really good game for King Raj so far. He has to go for health back in this scenario, but yeah, 3 bars spent. Gur doesn't really want to mess around. But even with this health, Bane, if he gets 1 good knockdown, well, I maybe speak too soon. He's taking a lot of damage now. He's going to power through this one wake up, but he still has 1 more hit to do, and the unsafe overhead, but not punished. And the grab comes through anyway, but that was undeniably a very, very good game.
You know, a very common character. It's very easy to get practice versus Deadshot players nowadays, so I definitely expect Raj to be ready for this.
But the matchup's going to be much more different here. Deadshot with the really fast projectiles, he'll recover before the Firestorm projectile connects, so he's going to win those trades, if trades even occur. Which means now Raj is going to be forced to come in. So we saw how he plays defensive, we're now going to have to see how he plays offensive.
Of course, but that sort of straight shot doing your job for just stopping any of these Firestorm specials before they even start up. And all this damage already on the side of King Raj. This is really what Gur sort of went for this matchup for, I think, just to really slow things down, have that better advantage from distance. Obviously, Bane can't do anything from this range, whereas this is exactly where Deadshot wants to be. But Raj now has access to his trait, fully stocked.
He's got to be really careful, though. I think he didn't want to overextend because look how much bar Gur's built. He's going to have access to that meter burn wake-up attack. And at the moment, it kind of seems like Raj is a little bit preemptive, doesn't want to go in. If you go in too hard and you hit by wake-up attacks, you actually risk repositioning yourself, and now Deadshot can run away for the whole screen again. So far,
you definitely have to be very slow when moving in versus Deadshot. You have to sort of walk your way in, take your jumps when you can, but don't be too predictable. And if your projectiles are fast enough, maybe try and go through. But the thing is, he's actually not going to have time to go for that sort of flame carpet, the meter burn. If he trades with the projectile, he's not going to get it out in time. So that isn't going to work for him here.
Oh, nice road tech.
I see Raj finally gets himself point blank. There we go, goes for the maximum trait. The health regen is going to be the most important thing here, most likely. Oh, tries to go for a Rollo by itself. It's going to connect, but a nice throw.
I really like that Rollo, actually, because when he's in that sort of blue flame mode and he's got maximum trait, he does get true single launching overheads. So the raw low molten trap or overhead, it's a true 50-50. But he's taken so much damage. Unfortunately, actually didn't get the meter burn projectile. Didn't connect at the last minute. Not a good trade for Raj either. They both go full screen again and they trade damage. But the amount of damage that Gur had left, that trade wasn't going to help him at all. 1-1. And the jump too, the effective mid-screen range that Deadshot normally commands, like right there, she denies it, and then she's the one in charge. The jump 2 and the whip trip, we've already seen just now why Deadshot can't really move at this portion of the screen. But already cornered. There's the wake up though, doesn't want anything to do with this meaty stuff. There we go, with the straight shot, eat a whip trip, that's the way it is. Now he's got the explosive bullets locked though, so if he does get hit, it's going to send him full screen. It is going to matter though, goes for it. Oh, wake up! Actually gets stuffed clean. He's been able to fight back a little bit, but with his back to the wall, it's minimal walking distance until Catwoman goes within that good range again. And a big thing, her walk speed as well. She walks in faster than most. And at this age, Gur having a very hard time dealing with this range. But it's been a game of counterpick so far, right? Where it went Bane to Deadshot to beat the Firestorm, but now it's Catwoman to deal with the Deadshot. You wonder if Gur loses this, which it's looking likely he might do because this is not a good matchup at all.
Well, this is exactly why it's important to have more than one character available to you. Like, I know everyone wants to be a character specialist. That's definitely something that we used to see almost exclusively in fighting games, but especially in the NetherRealm scene, sort of having a team of characters to deal with bad matchups or matchups you don't particularly like playing has become the norm. You know, through most of MKX's life, and especially from the start of Injustice 2. That's what the majority of the top players are doing right now. And obviously, the proof is in what you see here.
Gur was actually able to reverse this momentum. Had King Raj in the corner, and if you've got her in the corner, she is now no longer at the effective range that she would dominate. Well, unfortunately, yeah, that might have been unbelievably costly. Forced to use his wager.
And the important thing here, though, is that it's going to put Deadshot first to full screen. It's exactly where he wants to be. King Raj doesn't actually have a bar yet, so the V-Burn Cat Dash isn't going to be as much of a threat right now. Explosive rounds loaded once again.
Yeah,
that's why he wants to set him full screen.
It's very important that he hits those. He cannot let Catwoman within this whip trip range.
Oh wow, nice preemptive air shot. Gur is playing this really well.
He's built 2 bars, almost on the verge of making 3. Yeah, he's doing a really good job of keeping King Raj away now. And there's that ground trick shot. Doesn't want to eat that low profiling whip anymore.
But now Gur is back to the corner, but has bar for an air escape.
This is where King Raj needs to make it count. Gur has not had the chance to use his wager now, but unfortunately, it's back to the wall again. Oh, hang on!
Oh, wake up misses. King Raj is the space, but he has to watch out for chip damage here. Corner escape. Oh! Wake up with the knee once again. King Raj does not have the...
Him getting out the corner was definitely the lifeline. Like, there's no doubt about it. And he had the entire screen to work with. He had the interactables that could keep her at bay because they kind of commanded the floor. And then when he finally gets back to the wall, King Raj could have potentially taken it if he could have kept him in the corner, but they repositioned again, and that was all he needed. But so far, still very even. But once more, Gur is to the wall. And this stage, King Raj needs to just keep him here. But that's sometimes easier said than done. If you're going to play Deadshot, you're going to be used to having it back to the wall. This is going to be somewhere you're going to have to be comfortable with.
Unfortunately, King Raj's Catwoman just doesn't quite look as optimized as other Catwomans we've seen today. I think this is definitely sort of that. This is what you see in like a pocket character, right? It might not have the amount of time dedicated to it as that of your main, but you pick it because the matchup you just think is so bad for your main character. You just need that backup. Or the meter drain shots now coming out from Gur. Doesn't even want the explosive ones anymore.
That jump into, very important. And there's the air tech right before Meterman Cat Dash. Still very even. Okay, he's had his back.
Wow, low profiling the straight shot with a back 3.
Good However, move. They've ended the round, but look at the distance. King Raj can't really, he can't really stop Gur from running away. He's got the whole screen to work with. Gur's now on match point. He's only got 1 life bar, and that was a very unfortunate blue shot to eat, I think. No anti-air, but challenges it down 2 anyway afterwards.
Oh, tries to go for the unclashable, but misses the follow-up. Raw knee out of block stun. Trying to get that reversal timing. Nice preemptive jump back one. You can see Go really just trying to command this space. There's the other interactable, just keeping that distance. It's just an extra projectile at the end of the day. It really helps him out, but it is gone now. Now we saw Go get out of this corner twice at least last time.
Has ran out of space, so he's going to have to win with his back to the wall unless he can reposition, but we'll see if King Raj can get it working.
Ball jumps back, loses that space. That's not what he wants.
Just waiting for the jump, anti-airing with the interactable. Almost like using the invincibility to make it whiff.
Oh, tries to punish, but isn't quite close enough. Himself safe.
Oh no.
Out of the corner, but gets the air to air. That's huge. Go doesn't go for the. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Flash. The wake up's gonna connect.
This is such a difficult situation. No, whiffs it again! Drops his combo. Gurr catches him, and that's it. It's game over.
If your projectile hits him and he's standing up and his hits you and you're knocked down, he is now winning that projectile war.
But in this matchup, the ground spike and the Omega Beam will both knock down. But already immediately with a nice big damage combo to start this off. Bad Larry with a good start. And now he's going to go for that zoning game, but Big D fighting back. You can just see the minion in the distance really getting that sort of rotation on deck where it's spike, projectile. Wow, wake up grab.
Yeah, straight away. Big D with the read. It's a good job because Larry went in for that overhead.
He's going to get a knockdown into the bark. That's going to heavily reduce chip damage completely. And now he's got Bad Larry in the corner. Darkseid though has a good wake up. But when she's got that restand, he can't go for a wake up at all.
But that's the way that Big D plays. For the most part, he's going to leave you standing, so wake ups aren't anywhere near as much of a thing to worry about. And that's just the way he plays this character, and it works out for him really well. Or just goes to the stomp, doesn't connect, gets hit by the overhead once again. Bad Larry really needs to start reacting to those 4-3s. Oh, the little minion, gonna shoot him out of the air.
Oh, gets rid of the crocodile as well. MVP of the game so far. There's the teleport, the advance, but actually committing to the forward jump into stomp when Big D had already walked well far away from it.
Oh wow, beats the Omega Beam before it even starts up. Big D playing this matchup really well so far.
Tempting, but no.
So right now, looking like there's just another level of comfort. Big D prepared for a lot of these matchups, I think. There's another knockdown. He's going to go for the bark. You'll pretty much consistently see Big D go for that bark, I think. When he realizes he can't go for trait. When the trait's on cooldown, it's bark. When the trait's up, it's trait, then bark. Oh, good block. Backdash is working. There we go, whiff punishes the stomp. Bad Larry, let's get that to connect. Now, that's good for Larry to get the trade, but ultimately look at this life deficit. Big D with like a clean, like 950-ish, at least. Over 1,000 health lead. Tries to juggle off the minion. I mean, Darkseid, he can get going, but to be honest, because when he's left the ground, obviously his jumping attacks don't become an overhead until he's kind of like at the peak of his jump arc. So you kind of just block low until he's up really high, and then it becomes a bit of a 50-50 between jumping attack or low stomp. But his standing overhead or instant low stomp, that's where the real mix-up lies. Very,
I
very
think the Big D is kind of just commanding that point-blank range, so he's just not letting that be a threat.
There's a lot of confidence. Oh, doesn't quite get the punish on the regular stomp though. But we saw almost like an element of corner pressure without being point blank there from Big D. We actually kept Larry in the corner, but he was just going for that Syknis because he just knew that Larry had nothing to challenge the trait and ground spike mix-up. Or I guess the mix-up, the sequence, I guess it's better called.
Oh, good block from Big D though. Oh wow, tags him out of the teleport before he leaves. That was unfortunate for Bad Larry. Almost could have got away there, but wasn't quite able to. And Big D with another huge life lead. Going in for the minion. Gets the knockdown, so it's not a huge amount of damage, but once again, establishing, but goes for the stomp. He's not really going for the jump, and it's pretty much the stomp 100% of the time, and I think Big D's really caught sight of that. Well, the thing is, Big D's not trying to actually sort of apprehend him in the air, you know, sort of catch him when he teleports. He's just trying to move out of the way. He's just walking back so the stomp doesn't even reach. So there's no mix-up. It's just teleport into basically no threat because of the way he's playing it. Another trip guard gets hit by the low. Last minute. No doubt we're going to see a meter burn grab here into the restand mix-up. I wonder... Oh no, the unblockable! That was quite cheeky, but Larry was ready for it. The second he saw that jump in, he knew the barrel was coming. So straight in with the knee just to completely make it not work. That could have been disastrous for Bad Larry, but even though he made that great read, still hugely down on life. That's going to be the deciding factor here.
Right as the minion appears, it disappears right as it turns up because of the ground
Oh no,
spike.
the minion!
It's on him! It's literally in him! How'd you get away from that? Oh no!
That was the ultimate BM. The minion was like, no, you don't.
That wasn't to the entire Florida scene. So much talent in one part of the country.
But the first hit's going to go to the way of Bad Larry this time. It's a good start for him. Gets that bar. Oh, but the minion once again puts a stop to any momentum.
One thing that we do see Big D do a good job of so far, though, is, for those that may not know, when Poison Ivy actually takes damage, the minion will disappear when it's out.
That's why you see Big D being very defensive whenever he's got the minion out.
You almost never see it disappear because he puts up such a brick wall of defense to keep it out there, to just harass as much as possible. But Larry has had a much better start here. We'll see if he can keep it going. There's the check. That's going to be a meter burn into full combo.
Now, do we see Big D go for the air tech? Yes, he does. Straight away. Denies it. Nice air to air.
Knockdown into Minion. Goes in for it. Minion versus Minion, though. This
But
time
Big
it's
D takes a hit,
Darkseid
so
that prevails.
Yeah. That's a much, much better start for Bad Larry, though. Is down on bar, but is actually able to get some hits on the board. Oh, and again, another trip guard. Big D not letting any of that go. This is the combo, though. One of the first times we've seen him drop that all day. These strings. That's one thing Poison Ivy does an amazing job of. It's just meter build. She builds so much bar.
Oh no, he ate the 4-3 from max range.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a preemptive air stomp from Bad Larry.
Right, at this stage, it's actually match point for Big D. Let's see if he can pull it through. Bad Larry, I mean, it's a 3-game comeback, but he is having a much better game. And again, before the boom tube appears, he does get a hit, which makes the minion disappear. As you can see, he's not even trying to go in. The second the minion's there, he will just sit and block from range, because as long as he's blocking, the minion will stay there and continue to pepper out the projectiles.
Or misses again, maybe just slightly too far out of range there. Or the air stomp misses again. Bad Larry gets summoned up by 4-3 another time. Not even trying to clash here.
This has been a consistent problem for him. He's been eating that forward 3 pretty much the entire set. Definitely need to react, but he gets a back 3 into transition. Now, going back to mid-screen, I would like to have seen him maybe keep some corner pressure, but then again, Darkseid can mix basically anywhere on the screen. The danger is going to be the extra interactables. He hasn't got a lot of health left.
Well, this is the room in Atlantis. You get a lot of unblockables. In fact, he actually could have thrown the orb behind him.
There's the unblockable, but he was ready with the meter burn forward 3. Had to use Clash. He was by far going to die if he didn't do it.
But does Big D use his only bar here to stop him getting life back? Yes, he does.
And he's got a minion. If he can whiff and get a minion for free, which he has done.
He just summoned it, unchallenged. That could be disastrous. Bad Larry might have lost the game on that alone. Here comes the juggle, the chip damage. That is it.
He could not get out of it. The second we saw...